Hey guys, what's happening? This is Bharat Nagpal, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a quick look at the new HTC U Ultra. Let's get started. Every time I get an HTC flagship device, I'm all smiles and get really excited. But sometimes I cringe at the thought of the pricing that HTC puts for phones in India, and this might be one of those cases. The HTC U Ultra has been launched in India for a price of 59,900, which seems grossly overpriced. But let's take a look at the device itself and let's see what all is inside the box. Now, the box is quite identical of HTC design and styling, but you do get this new gold leaf pattern on the front. It does depict what the Ultra looks like. The first thing inside the box is the HTC U Ultra itself. I have got it in the Sapphire Blue color, which looks absolutely fantastic. Now going further in, you do get a cover for the back. It is also a glossy cover, seems like a plastic cover. It does have some sort of texture on the inside, but overall it seems to be a glossy cover and it'll retain the look of the Ultra. You also get some documentation, pretty standard stuff from HTC. Now this is not an India retail box, so you'll get some different documentation in the India retail box. You also get a SIM ejector tool from HTC. Now if I go further in, I do get a wall charger, which is a standard USB wall charger. It does support Quick Charge 3.0. You also get a USB to USB Type-C cable. Now this cable is really high quality, and the USB Type-C jack is coated with what appears to be some sort of nickel coating. Also inside the box are the HTC Sonic in-ear earphones. They seem to be of really high quality as well, and we're going to be testing them out. You also get some additional ear tips. Depending on what size your ear canal is, you can change these out. Now it's time to take a look at the device itself. As far as specifications are concerned, over at the front you get a 16 megapixel camera, which is a forward-firing camera. You also get the ultra pixel capabilities on this camera. Fortunately or unfortunately, it only captures video at 1080p. There is a sound capture microphone right above the front-facing camera, and over at the right is the earpiece. Below that is the secondary display, 1040 by 160 pixel display, so it's only a 160 pixel height display. It's 2.05 inches. It's almost identical to the LG V20, but it does have some additional features here on the HTC Ultra. Now the main display is a 5.7 inch 2560 by 1440, so it is a Quad HD Super LCD 5 display, 16 million colors, great viewing angles. And below that you have the home button, which is a capacitive button, flanked on either side by the back button and the multitasking capacitive backlit touch buttons. On the bottom of the HTC U Ultra is the USB Type-C port, the main microphone and the main speaker. Over to the right is where the power button is. It's textured to give you an indication of it being a power button, and then you have a smooth volume rocker. Over at the top you get your SIM tray, which is a hybrid tray. It'll accept either 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card, and then you get an additional microphone. Over at the back is a 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture equipped camera with a 26mm lens. You get optical image stabilization, laser and face detection autofocus, and a dual LED dual color light or a flash. The main camera does capture 4K video at 30 frames per second or a 720p video at 120 frames per second. You can see the HTC logo blended in this liquid metal design, and at the bottom is an additional microphone to give you that 3D sound that HTC talks about. Now running everything on the HTC Ultra is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 821, which is a quad-core CPU with 2 into 2.15 GHz and 2 into 1.6 GHz cores. You also get the Adreno 530 GPU. And the phone that we have is a 64GB variant with 4GB of RAM, and it does have Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front display. If you get the 128GB with 4GB variant, you get sapphire crystal glass over at the front, giving you additional protection for the front of the device. Now, after the Note 7, this is ideally the only device that comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 5, making it highly scratch and damage resistant. You do get a 3000 mAh battery, which seems a little less considering the size of the display and the fact that it's a LCD display. Now the phone does run Android 7 out of the box, thank God for that. And you do get the latest Sense, which does not have any duplication going on. Really clean interface with Blink feed sitting on the left and standard Google apps as default apps. So the Chrome browser is the default browser. The Google dialer is the default dialer. Now the secondary display is unique in its own way. It's quite like the LG V20. It'll stay on even if you lock the device. It'll continue to give you time and weather. And you can also scroll through the various things that you set up here. So you can set up 6 quick callers or speed dial numbers. You can also quickly take a look at the 6-day weather prediction or 6-hour prediction. You can also set up 6 apps that you use on the frequent, and obviously look at your calendar information as well as reminders, etc. on the secondary display. Now you also get HTC's Sense Companion, which is an AI almost like Siri or the Google Assistant, which will be rolled out in India. The phone does have the new U earphones. Now these earphones need to be set up the first time you use them. So you insert them in your ear and then you set up. It basically buzzes a sound through your ear, and it looks at the shape and design of your ear thanks to the feedback that it gets, and then sets up the sound according to what you're listening to. And let me tell you right now that it makes a big difference if you turn on the U feature on this. It's absolutely fantastic, something that I've never seen done by a smartphone manufacturer with the included earphones. The earphones also sound really good out of the box, so you will not need additional headphones or earphones in case you're wondering. The boom sound speaker setup is the same as the HTC 10, so it uses the earpiece as well as the main speaker to create a louder sound. It's not the loudest that we've seen, but it's fairly loud. The camera interface is also very HTC-like. You do get a bunch of shooting modes, allowing you to switch between video, slow motion, hyperlapse, as well as a pro mode, a panorama mode, and the Zoe camera. In the pro mode, you can control your aperture, shutter speed, ISO, all those things, and it will capture 4K video at 30 frames per second. You can also turn on 3D sound capture. So thanks to all the microphones on the device, it'll capture 3D sound. And when you play it back, listening to it on the U-Sonic earphones that are included, it'll sound absolutely fantastic. We'll be doing a full review, taking a look at the Sense Companion and putting the phone through its paces. It does seem a little pricey at $59,900, but HTC is trying to do something new. And the fact that they've launched it quickly after the original launch makes us really happy. So if you have any special requests for this phone, drop them in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out the full details on iGyaan.in. If you haven't already, guys, you can grab an iGyaan t-shirt. I'll drop a link to buy them in the description below. This has been Bharat. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.